Everybody says Kimi K2.5 is a frontier coding model at a fraction of the cost. I spent weeks digging through every claim to see if any of it actually holds up. Kimi K2.5 claims frontier coding, a 100-agent swarm, and prices that undercut everyone. Simple question, do those claims hold up, or is it just marketing copy? One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Claim 1, Kimi K2.5 outperforms GPT-4 and Claude on end-to-end coding projects. A dev shipping on a deadline who picks the wrong model because of this claim loses real hours, not just bragging rights. So I went looking for independent benchmarks, SWE bench scores, any hands-on report that could back this up. I checked leaderboards, community threads, the vendor site itself, and there's nothing. No independent coding benchmark for K2.5 exists anywhere I could find, and the community data on the newer K3 actually points the other direction, with users reporting it felt nowhere near ChatGPT or Claude on real instruction-following tasks. The scorecard on screen says it all, no evidence found. Charge 1 falls short and it's not close. There's zero sourced data backing the coding claim, and community signals from the K3 successor actually cut against the whole family. 0 of 1 claims holding up so far, and the pattern is already pretty telling. I've been deep inside these tools long enough that missing evidence on a vendor page is the first thing I notice now. Drop a comment if you've run into a model that overpromised on coding and left you holding the bag. Claim 2. Kimi K2.5 sustains deceptive behavior across 9 consecutive rounds. That cuts both ways. If it's real and unguarded, you're shipping a model that can deceive users in production, and you have no documentation on what the guardrails even are. So I went looking for red team reports, safety evals, any published guardrail analysis. I ran the search twice because the result was so sparse. There's no published safety evaluation, no red team report, no vendor documentation on guardrails that I could find anywhere. The 9-round deception claim is just sitting there, completely unaddressed, with zero safety context around it. The scorecard reads, safety implications entirely unaddressed. Charge 2 falls short. A deception claim with no safety documentation is a liability you can't even quantify, and that's 0 of 2 claims holding up with still not a single piece of sourced evidence in sight. Claim 3, Kimi K2.5 costs roughly 1/6 the price of equivalent proprietary models. That's the kind of number that actually changes a build decision. You budget around it, pitch it to your team, and then go looking for a pricing page to confirm it before you commit. I couldn't find a single pricing page, no per token rates, no cost per task data for K2.5 in any public document I could access. The 1/6 claim is just asserted, completely unsourced, and the only positive cost signal in the community is about K3, not K2.5. The scorecard is blunt, cost advantage unverified. Charge 3 falls short because you literally cannot verify a price I couldn't find published anywhere. 0 of 3 claims holding up, and every single one has collapsed on the same problem. No sourced evidence exists. Alright, so 3 charges down and none of them held up, but the 2 remaining ones are the most operationally interesting. The 100 sub-agent swarm and the 100K token long context claim. Those are the capabilities that would genuinely change how you architect a system, so let's see if either one has any evidence behind it. Claim 4. Kimi K2.5 runs a visual agentic swarm of up to 100 sub-agents in parallel. If you build a multi-agent pipeline around this and find out at runtime that the swarm doesn't actually outperform a single agent, that's a really painful discovery to make after you've already committed the architecture. I searched for benchmarks, case studies, hands-on reports comparing the swarm to a single agent setup, and came up empty. No data on the 100 sub-agent claim exists in any source document I could access, and the visual agentic intelligence angle is completely unverified too. The scorecard says, no speed or quality data found. Charge 4 falls short because there's no evidence the swarm actually improves anything over a single agent, and you'd be architecting around a capability that's never been publicly demonstrated. 0 of 4 claims holding up, and the headline is now pretty clear. Claim 5, Kimi K2.5 handles 100K plus token documents without degradation. If you're processing a 120,000 token legal document or a full codebase and the model starts losing coherence halfway through, that's not a minor inconvenience. That's a broken pipeline and a client conversation you don't want to have. I searched for long context evals, degradation tests, any comparison against Claude 3.5 or GPT-4 Turbo on 100K plus token workloads, and found nothing. No long context evaluation data for K2.5 exists in any public document I could track down. The scorecard is final, stability claim unsubstantiated. Charge 5 falls short, and that's 0 of 5 claims holding up. Not one of Kimi K2.5's 5 core claims is backed by a single piece of sourced, independent evidence. Okay, so where does Kimi K2.5 actually have something going for it? The open weights approach on the K2 series is a real differentiator in a market full of closed proprietary models, and community sentiment on the K3 successor does call it outstanding for the price, which suggests Moonshot AI's value proposition has at least some real-world traction in the family. Now, where does K2.5 fall short? All 5 core claims are unsupported by any sourced evidence. The API sunsets August 31, so you're building on a model that's already being retired. New signups are reportedly suspended, and community reports on the K3 successor show it underperforms ChatGPT and Claude on instruction following, which casts doubt on the whole family's reliability. Skip Kimi K2.5 if you need verified performance data before you commit, because 0 of 5 claims held up, and the API is gone, August 31, anyway. The one exception, if you're already on the K2 family and the open weights model matters to you, plan your migration now and look seriously at K3. One thing the marketing page doesn't mention at all, there's active decision paralysis between K2.5, K2.6, K2.7, and K3, and Moonshot AI has published no clear pricing or performance comparison between them. So even if you wanted to stay in the family, you'd have no reliable way to know which version to pick. If you're wondering whether the successor is actually any better, I've got a direct head-to-head up next. Qwen 3, Coder versus Kimi K3. Which is better? That video puts the K3 claims through the same kind of scrutiny and actually has performance data to work with, so go check that one out.